by Rashad Wack. Uses the screen from Quinnell Brown. Now he tells him to ISO. Gets down low. And he rises and shoots and can't get it to fall. DeAndre Thomas attempted the rebound, and then Nick Evans is charged for the foul.
Whenever you want to go. It's going to be almost done.
Storm foul number 50. Nick Evans, his second.
DeAndre will toe the line for 2 free throws. And he uses all the rim to get number 1 to fall. Thomas goes 2 for 2, and then he gets subbed out for Kevin Loisel.
He's back.
He certainly is. He might have tweaked an ankle before, but he is back and in fine form.
A lot of heart.
Ziglinski turns it over, trying to go behind his back, couldn't keep the handle, and that is an island turnover. Not what they needed at this time.
And likely the icing on the cake.
Now, we've said that before, Mitchell.
But we didn't have Gary Gibson before.
It's true. We were talking about the icing being on the cake in the Brampton A's game when the Express were up 10 with a little over a minute to go, and the Brampton A's got it within 4 in no time at all. Took a Tony Bennett steal and a pair of free throws for him to ice that game.
Tony Bennett? Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Fortunately, he's wearing the red and white now.
Acquired in the trade for Stefan Bonneau's rights.
I believe I found a commercial on YouTube from Tony Bennett in Chicago, a Nike commercial. If you have YouTube, search that in your engine and check that out. Very cool.
Nice give and go play between Nick Evans and Brandon Robinson there. Gets the quick basket. Kevin Loisel receives the inbound and gets it over the timeline. A little over a minute to go. Express up 10, 93-83. Kevin Loisel crosses over, gets to the middle of the floor, kicks it out to Quinnell Brown in the corner, gets it back from Quinnell, knocks down the basket.
And look at Loisel hustle back.
Ziglinski leaves it short. Two passes later, Gary Gibson gives it over to Quinnell Brown in the middle of the key. He knocks it down.
Tough finish there for Quinnell Brown.
Quinnell Brown steals that basketball and is fouled by Doug McKinney. Quinnell misses number 1. Quinnell knocks down number 2 as Gary Gibson will end his night on the bench as Carl Finley checks in. Gary Gibson having himself one heck of a basketball game. We'll wait for his final stat line of the night, but he is easily the player of the game for the Windsor Express. Ziglinski takes a Euro step and can't finish inside. Kevin Loisel with the rebound. Quinnell over to Jamal McQueen off the... Oh, and a follow-up slam by Carl Finley. Nick Evans receives a pass inside, and he's partially blocked, but still makes the basket over Jamal McQueen and Kevin Loisel. Josh Collins will end the evening with the ball in his hands, and the Express come away with the 100-85 victory over the visiting Island Storm here at the WFCU Center on Thursday, November 13th.
We ended it with, "This is how we do it." Look at Cole, the train conductor, breaking it down in center court.
Even the Windsor Express brass have decided that Gary Gibson is our player of the game.
That was a given.
Over 20 points performing. We'll wait on his final stat line before we give it up. But we will preview next home game for the Windsor Express. That'll be Saturday, November 15th at 7:05 versus the Mississauga Power, the 3-0 Mississauga Power. Having a hot start to their NBL Canada season. It should be interesting to see the matchup on Saturday night. How about you, Mitch? Are you excited for that?
I am. It will be a test, to say the least, in the early parts of this season. The Express seem to be becoming a little stronger each game and a little more comfortable as new players settling in, and we've yet to see Ryan Anderson.
I'm more than excited. Should be an interesting test. Having the Mississauga Power in town, always a tough-nosed basketball team, and with the addition of Morgan Lewis last year, the re-addition, I should say.
The crowd tonight that were here seemed to really have enjoyed themselves. Seeing a lot of kids out having fun and enjoying professional basketball at a high level here at the WFC Center. It's always nice to see, Windsorites and young people enjoying themselves here, in what we have, this professional a league in Canada and a team right here in Windsor.
Can't say enough about the league. Can't say enough about this team. Even though it doesn't look pretty night in and night out, they still come out and win. They are 2-1 on the season on a 2-game winning streak, and they'll try to continue that on Saturday against the Mississauga Warriors. Let's preview next Wednesday's game, Mitch, against the London Lightning, where the Express to whom the Express have already lost a game this year, Mitch.
They did. They played well defensively in that one. Struggled a little bit to put the ball in the basket, but that's one where we have a bit of a rivalry. Fans and players enjoy the Express Lightning contest, so that's always a fun one to call, to watch, to be a fan of. So always look forward to the London games.
Well, we'll just have to tweet out our stats, our final game stats after tonight. You'll have to follow us on Twitter at Noxtrom, Noxtrom, at Under the Hedges, or follow my friend Kobe and follow his blog on Thunder Nation. Want to give that line out there, Mitch?
Lastly, we do apologize for technical difficulties with the quality of the video stream. We were working on that.
And we're just waiting on our runner for the final stats.
And she is literally running back up here. The lovely and talented Emily Rubinski.
Her hard work does not go unnoticed here from
That's
the
right.
Russian Digital Media crew. And from everyone here on the broadcast team today, your humble servant Alejandro De Armero, the lovely producer Ashley Nicole, Shay Rochelle, Mitchell Kobe K, and myself would like to thank you all for joining us on this beautiful Thursday night for basketball. And Kobe, what do we have for final stats for tonight's game?
Very quickly, player of the game, Gary Gibson, dropped 22 points. He had 7 assists, 5 boards, shot 9 for 13 from the field, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. He was your Express player of the game. Collectively, the team shot 44% from the field. Kevin Loisel had a big night, shooting an efficient 6 for 7 from the field, 1 for 1 from the three-point line. He also had 9 boards.
The Montreal Ball are doing it at all ends of the court.
Chris Commons, dynamite from the three-point line, 3 for 5. He finished with 13 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks.
And how about for the Island Storm? Who was their leader tonight?
Nick Evans did a good job, 7-11 from the field. He had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 17 points, as I said. Brandon Robinson chipped in 17 with 11 points for your double-double on the night.
Good for him. The two-headed monster for the Island Storm played well, but just couldn't get it done tonight. The Windsor Express come ahead 100-85. The final score here at the WFCU Center. And Alejandro, is there anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
Only about well, I was expecting more from the Island Storm. However, the Windsor Express came too strong, and it was an incredible game anyway. Let's see what Coach Salermo is going to be doing, making some adjustments. It's early in the season. For the Windsor Express, most of the players are already adjust, and they will be. Is still the team to beat. Is the champions, 2013-2014. And also want to mention about the internet connection. We were streaming correctly, but somehow here in the WFCU the internet connection was slow, and sometimes it went down. So hopefully we won't have this next Saturday.
The one stat that I would like to point out is the Windsor Express were fairly careful with the basketball. They only committed 13 turnovers tonight to the Storm's 23. So that is likely a big contributing factor in the final score. From your friend Kobe K and his partner in crime, Brett Hedges.
I'd like to say thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on Saturday for our broadcast here from the WFCU Center. From everyone at Knoxville Digital Media, we'd like to say thank you, and good night, and enjoy basketball. Take care, everyone. Have a nice night.